Hi, my name is Keith Kinambuga, and I'm a screenwriter. Welcome to the screenwriting tips that I'm giving you. Just a few things that I've learned. They are by no means words of the best screenwriter ever. I'm just one who's chugging along and learning with each step I take. So today we are going to tackle the topic of when to break the rules. It's always lovely to break the rules. And this webisode can actually end right now. The only time you're allowed to break the rules is when the story wants you to. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Bye. Bye. See you. Cut! Yeah, so let me just explain because I still have time. When you want to write your story, I'll give you a few examples. The most popular example of a story that broke the rules was done by Christopher Nolan, and his story of Memento, the film Memento, is a perfect example where the story determines the structure. If you don't know about the story, it is about a man who has lost his wife. The wife was murdered and raped, and he had an accident. And after that accident, he lost his long-term memory. He only has short-term memory. So he'll remember things that he's done. Like right now, he'll remember that he's doing a small presentation. He's looking at the camera. He's talking to guys at the web. Yeah. But he won't remember what he did, for instance, yesterday or the day before, as in from after the accident. Before the accident, he'll remember the long-term kind of memories, he remembers the wife and all that. But after the accident, it's short-term memory. So what he uses is pictures to remind himself, to help him get why the wife was, who killed the wife and who raped her. Oh, it was the same person, but yes. So I hope I've got it correct. So the only way for you to feel what he's feeling, the story, the way it's structured, is each time he's looking at a picture, he remembers something. It's done through a kind of reverse flashback. So it's moving forward, a little bit confusing, moving forward at the same time it's moving backward. Because his own story is moving forward, he's trying to remember, but the story that we are seeing in flashbacks is moving backward. So yeah, that's the perfect example of where the story determines the structure. If it was not written that way, it would be a little bit different. We wouldn't get the feel of the protagonist. And the whole point of telling your story is to show the world from the point of view of the protagonist. I hope you've understood that. It also took a while for me to understand. Yeah, so quickly. Consideration for structure. Yeah, does it fit your story? Does it fit your scenario? And if it does, then you're good to go. And you are free, of course, to combine genres. It happens every time. You'll have horror comedy. Perfect example is Scary Movie. But just make sure you know the nuances of how to balance the two. Because if one goes wrong, the whole movie will bomb. You can invent genres. I think what has happened over the years, I think the most recent genre, according to me, I know there might be others, the most recent genre is found footage. something like paranormal activity, where it's like somebody, you just found a recording. It's very amateurish kind of recording, a little bit grainy. So it adds authenticity to the story that is being told. It feels like it's an amateur reporter telling you the story. But it is done by professionals, please note. You can get ideas from myths and fables. In the previous presentation, I got ideas from the Bible story, Samson and Delilah, to apply it in Luanda Magere, where he's going through the same kind of events that Samson went through. So you're free to do that. Find ideas from a non-narrative source. This means like, okay, you can find an idea from an object. For example, just a small example is the billboards. I've always wondered, that's just me, I've always wondered these billboards that have been defaced. It's like somebody just went and poked holes, very orderly holes through them, and that I really wonder how they do it. Do they take the time to measure the squares and poke the holes? What's the point in that? What do they use? So yeah, that's like, I'll do a short film on that. Breaking the rules. Remember, breaking the rules is an art, and the plot is not holy. The idea is, if your idea needs you to break the rules, then by all means, please do so. But know the reason why. Because I'm saying that because a producer, if they notice that you are not following the structure, the conventional structure, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, they will ask you why you are not doing it. And if you don't have an answer that is authentic to the story, then your script belongs in the bin. Do not be swept away by emotions. Yes, you're supposed to evoke emotions in your audience, but just make sure that when you're writing, you are authentic to whatever the scene is going to, the direction of the scene. Sometimes a script will write itself. You can allow it to do so. It will take you to another direction. Your first draft might be very different from second, third, fourth, finally the final draft. So do not be swept away by emotions when somebody is like, no, this scene is crap, and you're there crying, no, I spent 10 years writing this scene. So stay cool, be cool. Breaks are important. Recently I participated in a workshop, the Script Brain Room by One Fine Day Film, and it was an experience that I'll really never forget. The talent there, I mean, there's good storytellers, much better storytellers than I am in Kenya, and it was a very friendly atmosphere, and it followed. If you're feeling creative, please create. If you're not, take a nap. So during work hours, you can take a nap. So one of the reasons why you should become a writer. Follow your creative flow, your creative juices. When it flows, please write. Do all you can to write. But if it's not working for you at that moment, take a break, take a nap, breathe in, breathe out, go have a drink, talk to a friend, do anything just to get back in that creative zone. It will come. You might be frustrated, but it definitely will come at some time. That always happens. In my experience, you'll have 1 week where you don't want to write at all. Then the next week, in one day, you do the work of that week that you didn't do anything. So yeah, and that is it. Breaking the rules. Not much to it. It's an art. You'll get experience with it as you move on. Thank you for watching.